Morning. I hope you're all okay. I'm just going to wait for a few more to pop on and we'll get started. So today is going to be a stretch and flow workout. So if you have a mat, great, grab one. If not, don't worry about it. Also, if you feel like you might be slightly unbalanced, you can use a chair throughout the session to hold on to, or the side or something, just to give you a little bit of balance. But yeah, we're going to do a stretch and flow workout. So make sure you got some water handy as well. Or coffee, if you like me. Okay, alright, so I'm going to start with the feet slightly apart, so parallel or hip width apart. So toes should be in line with the bony bits of your hips, which are around here. They're like headlights. Rolling the shoulders back, we're going to take some deep breaths, but you're going to place one hand, in fact, you place both hands on your stomach. We're going to take a deep breath in, letting everything expand, so everything relax. We're going to breathe out through pursed lips and let everything come in. And again, take a deep breath in. You can close your eyes if you want to, and breathe out. And again, take a deep breath in, and breathe out. And one more time, deep breath in, and breathe out. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of weight transfer from the feet. So you're going to close your eyes. Hands can still stay on your stomach if you want to. You can put them by your side. And we are just going to pull the weight from the toes into the heels. So we're just going to rock. You're not lifting the toes or the heels up off the floor, but you're just going to place more weight in the heels and then more weight in the toes. Keeping your eyes closed, it will help to centre you a little bit more. And then we're going to pull the weight from the left to the right. So placing more weight into the left leg and then into the right leg. Again, keeping the feet flat on the floor. We're not lifting them up. Okay, we're now going to take this into a circle. So we're going to go forward, into the left, into the heels, into the right, into the toes, into the left, into the heels, to the right. One more time like that. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So just feeling the weight pour into the different parts of the feet. And we're going to try and find the centre. So you should be able to now find an even distribution of the weight. And just take a couple of more deep breaths here in this position. And breathing out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Okay, I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to go into a roll down into the spine. So we're going to take a couple of breaths and then we're going to roll down the spine and then roll back up. So when we're doing a roll down, we're going to be making sure that you tuck the chin into the chest and we are rolling down. Imagine the spine is like a chain and we are going down each part of the chain, so each part of the vertebrae bit by bit. So we're going to take a breath in, lifting the arms up, breathing out, push the arms down. And we go chin to chest, and we are going down each vertebrae of the spine. Think about going through each link of the chain. Letting the arms and the head be heavy until you can't go any further. And then you're going to bend the knees, you're going to tuck your hips, your pelvis underneath, and we're going to roll back up through the vertebrae. So we're rolling back up that chain, nice and slowly. Good, we're going to go again. We breathe in, and we breathe out. And going down. Bending the knees and rolling back up through the spine. We are going to do this one more time, so we're going to go into the floor on this last one. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Rolling down the spine through each vertebra. When you get to the bottom, you're going to walk your hands out and we're going to go into a box position. So, hands are going to be in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips, so there should be a gap between the knees. We're going to do the cat stretch. So, you're going to take a breath in to start. As you breathe out, we're going to engage the pelvic floor and you're going to send your belly button towards your spine. We're curving the spine up to the ceiling. And then we relax and breathe out, come back to a neutral position. So we breathe in. Now we breathe out, sending the belly button towards the spine. Back to neutral, breathe in. And again. One last time. And back to neutral. Okay, we're going to put the feet together, knees apart. You're going to send your bum down to your feet and you're going to let your hands and arms come out in front and you're going to rest the head on the floor. Just going to take a couple of deep breaths here. So child's pose. Okay, and walking the hands back in. I'm going to come back up onto the knees. We're going to bring the knees in. We're going to come up into a melt up position. We're going to take one leg forward. Now, if you think you might need a chair or something to hold on to, please do. You're going to take one foot up in front, knee in line with the ankle. You're going to tuck your pelvis underneath, yeah? So we're engaging and then breathing out, engaging the pelvic floor, tucking the tailbone underneath, and then we are going to lean forward into that front leg, into that hip. So you should feel this down the other side, down the quad and in the hip flexor. And then we're going to come back into this, to the neutral position. We're just going to swap the legs over. That was my knee. So, tucking the tailbone underneath, engaging the pelvic floor, shifting the weight forward. And back into a neutral position. We're going to do it again. We're just going to add some arms this time. So we're going to take the foot forward. Again, tucking the tailbone underneath, pushing into that hip. If you can, we're going to lift the arms up. Arms down. And switching the legs. Same thing again, tucking pelvis underneath, tailbone underneath, pushing forwards, arms up. We're going to come down to the floor, so making sure that you're coming onto your side, bringing the feet out in front. Okay, we're just going to cross the legs. We're taking both hands and we're going to try and put I'm going to turn to the side so you can see actually. We're going to try and keep the back as straight as possible. And we're just trying to put the elbows down on the floor, keeping the head in line with the spine, so we don't want to be looking up, we don't want to be tucking the chin down, but the legs are crossed, back is straight. If we can, reach a little further. And then walking the hands back in. Okay, we're going to switch the legs over, so we're just going to change which leg is in front. I need to click my hip. So, same thing again. Head in line with the spine, back nice and straight, lowering ourselves down. You will find that one side is more flexible than the other, and that's completely fine. Reaching forward. And walking the hands back in. Good, okay. We're going to take one leg out, we're going to keep the other leg tucked in, so the foot up onto the side of the leg. Okay, so we're going to reach for the toe of the leg that is straight, yeah, and we're going to just reach up. We're not reaching up and over, but we're reaching up to the diagonal. And if you want to put your hand here, that's fine. If you want to move it down towards the ankle, also fine. Just whatever is comfortable for you. And you want your body to be facing forward, so we don't want to be over. The chest doesn't want to be in parallel to the leg. We want the chest to be looking towards me, or the camera, or the screen. And coming back up. Okay, we're now going to take our hands forward and we're going to come into the centre. Again, like we did with the legs crossed, head in line with the spine, the back straight. And then we're just going to move the hands over to the legs, the same thing. Keeping the back straight. Walking the hands in. Good. Okay, we're going to swap the legs. So, hand on the leg, reaching to that top corner. So we should be able to feel the stretch all the way down here. And then taking both arms out in front. Trying to keep both bum cheeks, both sit bones on the floor. You don't want to be leaning forward and then this leg rolling forward. You want to keep your bum on the floor. And keeping the head in line with the spine. And then moving the hands over to the leg. And then sitting back up. Okay, good. Alright, so we're just going to come onto the feet, or onto the knees. You're going to place the hands on the floor. You're going to tuck your toes underneath. We're going to send the hips up to the ceiling. If you need to have a bent knee, that's absolutely not a problem, but we're just going to hang heavy here for a second. Now we're going to bend the knees, and then we're going to straighten. Making sure that you're looking between your knees so that the head isn't up here. And again, we're going to bend, and then straighten. This time we're going to bend, we're going to tuck our hips underneath, and we're going to roll up through the spine. Taking a breath in, and breathing down. Okay. We are going to do that whole flow one more time. This time we're just going to move through it a little quicker, so there won't be all of the explanations. So, you can start, if you're on this side, just start back on this side, it's not a problem. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, roll down the spine. Once you hit that bottom, you're going to roll back up through the spine. And again, breathing in and out. Rolling down. Bend the knees, roll it up. And one more time, breathing in. And down. And bending and rolling back up. I flipped. Stay down there. You're going to walk the hands out. You're going to go into a box position. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, send the belly button towards the spine. And breathe in. And out. And in. And out. Okay, bring the feet together, knees apart, sending your bum down to your feet, hands out, resting the head on the floor. Okay, walking the hands back in, we're coming into a now position. Taking one leg forward, remember to hold on to something if you need to. Tucking the hips underneath and pushing forward into that front leg. Reaching the arms up. Make sure that we're dropping the shoulders and that the shoulders aren't up by the ears. And there's a nice space between the ear and the shoulder. Okay, arms down, coming back to the centre, switching the feet over. So, tucking the hips underneath, pushing forward, arms up, and taking some breaths. Arms down, bringing the feet back in. Okay, coming down onto the floor, crossing the legs. Taking the hands forward, keeping the back straight. If we can, try and get the elbows onto the floor. Making sure that you'll sit well, so your bum is, or both bum cheeks are on the floor. And walking the hands in, and swap the legs over. And down we go. tucking the hands in. Good, okay, taking one leg out to the side. Hand on the leg, reaching for that diagonal. Keeping the chest forwards. And down. Okay, taking the hands into the centre. Keeping both bum cheeks on the floor. Keeping the head in line with the spine. And then walking the hands over to the straight leg. And walking the hands in, okay, changing the legs. So I'm reaching up to that top diagonal. And then taking both arms forwards. And then over to the straight leg. You will find that you're not as flexible on one side as the other. Don't push yourself too far. And walking the hands in. Good, okay, coming up onto the knees. Tucking the toes underneath, sending the hips up to the ceiling. We bend the knees and we straighten. And we bend and straighten. And last time bend and tucking the hips underneath and rolling up nice and slowly. And taking one last breath in. And pushing down. Okay, nice work. So I hope we all feel a little bit better this morning after that stretch. I am back again next Wednesday, but Louise is also on Friday at 9 o'clock as well. So we hope to see you there. Have a good rest of your week, and I shall speak to you later.